mamas, it's Denise. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about training around injuries, mom injuries, because I know all of us at some point during our workouts, during our training, in our lives, we've had injuries. And how do you deal with that and continue with your workouts? So one of my clients recently had tweaked her low back. You know, we started adding some cardio into her workouts. We started with some high intensity. We were doing strength training at the same time. And then she's like, oh, I tweaked my back. I don't know if I was putting my son in the car, whatever she was doing. She's like, what can I do? Like, this sucks. I feel like, oh, how am I going to reach my goals? And, you know, like, how am I going to reach that weight loss goal that I have by X date? I said, the first thing you need to do is just take it back. So she tweaked her low back, and she's one of my moms who was dealing with diastasis recti. And one symptom of diastasis recti is low back issues. So we took it back right to the beginning where we were doing her core breathing, or I call it Kegel breath. If you want to know more about this, you can click the link below where I'll describe it all for you. I know the exercise seems a little bit, simple and basic and kind of dinky, but it totally works. So we took it back to the very, very beginning for her where she was doing those exercises. And what we did was just stayed away from doing lower body stuff, and we just focused for that week and that time that she had, that back pain, we focused on her upper body. So doing activities that weren't going to, injure her back anymore. What we also did was make sure that she was moving, because movement is so important, right? She's like, can I walk? Can I go take my baby for a stroll in the stroller? And I say, yes, absolutely. Walking with your kids, walking is so important to getting fluid and mobility back to your joints. So I know, and I dealt with this myself a couple years ago. I think I was a year postpartum, and I had an issue with my ankle where I had a boot on, I had an MRI, an x-ray, and an ultrasound done where nobody could figure out what was wrong with my ankle. It was swollen, I didn't feel good to walk on, and at that time in my life, all I was doing was kickboxing and like boxing kind of cardio workouts almost every day. And so when that happened to me, I was like, crap, I'm out. Now my workouts are done. What am I supposed to do? And I never really thought about what else can I be doing. I could have done a whole lot of other stuff. Like I could still walk. It didn't mean that I had to continue with jumping and running. I totally could have, gone to the weights and did strength training. I think at that time, though, we didn't have our gym set up in our basement, and I just wasn't thinking about what else I could do. And that's really important, moms, and thinking outside the box. Yeah, now you're injured, but what else can you do that maybe you're not already doing? Swimming is a really good one. Like I said, weight training. If you're somebody who's like always doing cardio, always doing HIIT, you can go to strength training. And I hope that you are doing all of those. But right, we're just kind of taking a break from what we're doing now and what's going to injure us more to kind of rehabilitate it. So at the same time, where my client had her low back issues, she was still getting rehabilitation. I think it was either physiotherapist or massage. So, actively she was seeking help that way and just modifying her workouts. So that's really important, just modifying the workouts that you do. And another client of mine had recently, one of my moms in my group fitness class recently broke her toe. And so she was out of our fitness class for the next 5 weeks. They don't put casts on toes. And so she said to me, what can I do? I have to stay off my feet. I have to take the pressure off my legs. What can I do to still be active, during this time of healing her toe? And, it's bringing it back to doing upper body work. If you have to stay off your legs, you can be doing, a whole bunch of different exercises for your upper body. You could even still be doing lower body work just sitting in a chair. So for example, if I want to work out my thighs, I could just take my ball. So I'm going to come over to a chair. I'm going to grab a chair right here. And pretend this is my chair. So if I have a broken toe, broken foot, whatever it is, I can simply take my ball here and I can be working on my inner thighs by squeezing that ball in. Likewise, if you have a resistance band, and I love resistance bands because you can get really light ones, and I just have a long one here. I have a long one here. You could tie this around your thighs and then be working your outer thighs, right? So you could have one leg up, that foot that's broken, that toe that's broken. You could be doing actions like this. And then doing stuff stuff for your upper body at the same time. So I want to go back to talking about my moms who experience low back pain or have a tweak in their back. I want you to take a look at not only what did you do to make that happen, but are you getting up properly? Are you picking your baby up properly in a manner that's not injuring your back? Because what I see so many times, it's not just babies, it's picking up, we have heavy stuff, right? We have heavy babies, we have heavy car seats, and a lot of times what I see, I'm just gonna pretend this is my baby, my car seat, whatever it is, I see this happening where moms round their back, see how round I am and arched here, and then right here, they start to pick up, right? I'm not using my glutes at all, I'm using my lower back, and that really hurts. So what I want you to do is instead of using your back, I want you to get into a squat. So squat down, pick up your baby, pick up your car seat, whatever it is, and then you're using your glutes as opposed to your low back. So same thing, let's talk about squatting, right? When we're like with our kids, we're playing. So when you're squatting, even if you're exercising, maybe you're doing squats improperly. A lot of times I see people doing squats like this. If you see me on the side, my toes are way over, my knees are way over my toes. That's wrong. So a lot of people are on their toes, injuring your knees. What we want to do is hinge forward, lean back so that we have straight legs, our knees are behind our toes, but we're putting all the pressure of our body weight into our heels so that we're activating our glutes the whole time. And your glutes need to be strong, otherwise we're compensating with our low back. So really start to think about how are you picking heavy things up, even taking your toddler out of the crib, right? Things like that, we need to start to use our glutes. Even if you have stairs at home, I know this was me for so long, I would run up the stairs using my toes. Instead, what you should be doing is going a little bit slower and placing your whole foot on the stairs as much as you can and trying to put the weight into your heel as opposed to into your toes. So that way you're using your heel and trying to activate your glute muscles. Again, so many of us moms have really weak glute muscles, and because of that we have low back pain because our weak glutes are making our low back work. So I want to take a look at that. And another one for moms is our arms, right? We are so used to carrying our kids on the same side. Or in my case, a couple of months ago, I had this just achy feeling in my right bicep. And my husband and I would go downstairs and we'd work out in our gym, and I'm like, I can't do biceps today because I just feel this achy pain. And he's like, do you think you need to go to physio? I'm like, no, I know what it is. I know that I always carry my 2-year-old son here. I know that when I get my groceries out of my car, I am carrying every single bag on this arm just to have my left hand free to, open the door with the key. And so what you need to do is just try to adjust that. Carry your kids on the other side, right? Like use both sides of your body. Carrying groceries. Just switch it up. Use the other arm or use both arms so that you're balancing that weight evenly distributed throughout your whole body. So just little tweaks like this. And so some moms have a really like a wrist issue where they are, holding kids again, so much so that this bone starts to stick out. This bone just at the base of their thumb. And it's called de Quervain's tenosynovitis or de Quervain's syndrome. And so, thinking about holding your kids, don't, be flexing or kind of wrenching on your wrist so much that you're gonna have that. Again, switching arms, carrying babies, switching arms, carrying anything heavy. And then, dealing with that, de Quervain's tenosynovitis, so my clients, they could use their arms, just certain activities. So for example, bicep curls, it was hard for them to hold a dumbbell properly. So we had to use other things. Instead of doing bicep curls using dumbbells, we were using resistance bands. So just think outside the box and try to think about how can I still work out this muscle if I can't hold my arms this way, if I can't hold my wrist this way. So just start thinking about other things that you can do. It might be a totally different exercise. Like my client with a broken toe, it just might be staying off the foot. Maybe she could even go swimming, right? If that's okay by her doctor. So just start thinking about doing things outside of the box. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is not training around an injury, but I get this question so much that I have to address it.
And it's winter time, and everybody this winter has been getting sick. And I have some clients who are like, yes, I'm ready to go for the gym. I need to get my workout on, but I feel like crap. I have a cold or I have a flu, but I feel like if I miss this workout, I'm going to be that much behind in, reaching my goals. And, they say, what should I do? Should I come and work out? Should I go to the gym? Should I work out? Or, what should I do? And I'm like, no, your body needs time to rest. Because if you're working out instead of resting your body, you're going to take that much longer to, recover from your cold or your flu or whatever it is. But think about it. If you are working out, you're building muscle. When your body should be concentrating on getting rid of that cold, and like kind of getting over that virus instead of building muscle. We need to take care of step one. What's the most important thing that we need to get over? It's getting over that flu, that cold, whatever it is. And then, you can start to build muscle. So moms, I hope this was helpful. I hope this, kind of gave you some information on how you can train around your injuries until you've recovered, you've gone to rehab, and just start using other parts of your body. It doesn't mean, you have to throw out your whole workout. Just, change it up, use other parts of your bodies, and go from there. So thank you for watching. Let me know, what else would you like to know about? And give me a thumbs up for this video if you'd like to see more. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.